I was fucking freezing.
It was so cold.
Yeah.
And the ground is so hard.
I bloody love how easy my life is. I mean, I'm cold, I turn on the heater, I'm hungry, I can have food delivered to my house. But with Cyclone Gabrielle, I saw how quickly the conveniences of my life could just go away.
Experts have told me New Zealanders often have two approaches to preparedness. They're either not prepared at all or have taken it too far and fallen into the realm of conspiracy.
But with everything going on, I've started to wonder where the line is with preparedness between it being batshit and just common sense.
And so I've travelled to Central Otago where Ben Logan is going to help me find that line. He's a resilience expert who runs survivalist expeditions in Central Otago. For the next 2 days, we're going to survive a disturbingly realistic scenario, an earthquake on the Alpine Faultline.
When I organised my day pack on the outside, I was feeling alright about it, but now that we're here, I'm feeling less confident.
A little bit more vulnerable.
Bought some spare socks.
Spare socks, nice.
A rain jacket.
Nice.
Personal beacon locator.
Perfect.
Some sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
That's all I got.
Done.
Oh, and a bottle of water.
Bottle of water. Well, I've seen people up here with a lot worse, so it's a good head start.
What's the scenario?
Well, scenario is that we've come out here on a day trip on 4-wheel drive, and the Alpine Faultline has ruptured, and as a consequence, there's been a massive shitstorm. Landslides, rockfall, a lot of displacement in the environment.
I mean, driving that track, there's no way you could drive a 4x4 back out after an earthquake.
You couldn't walk that track, let alone drive it. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, you're stuffed. You're stuck where you are, and you've got to get yourself out.
The Alpine Faultline is the meeting of two tectonic plates along the west coast of the South Island. Researchers say there's a 75% chance of an Alpine fault earthquake in the next 50 years, and evidence of past quakes shows it'll likely be a magnitude 8 or higher. To put that in context, a magnitude 8 would release 350 times more energy than the 2011 Christchurch earthquake.
There's like 27 river crossings, so I want to keep my boots dry as long as possible. You reckon that's shallow enough? No. No, it's not. Fuck! Wet boots it is.
Thankfully, the river quickly provided us with plenty of food, with gooseberry bushes every couple hundred metres.
There's your lunch.
What do we got? 12:38. Yeah, it is lunchtime.
12:38. Don't eat it all at once.
Do you even know what's it called?
It's got a gooseberry.
Oh, it's a gooseberry.
Yeah, gooseberry.
Gooseberry tastes like gooseberries. I'm satiated. Yeah, I got a bit of a headache coming on. Sugar and not enough water. What are the risks drinking the river?
Getting some sort of bug or bacteria or virus.
Yeah.
And getting an upset stomach, and it's going to dehydrate you more.
So it's been about 3 hours since I ran out of water, but we found a little spring that's filtered down the mountain.
I mean, it's not 100%, but I like the chances a lot more than drinking straight out of the riverways. We're still quite a while from camp, and I mean, what's the lesser evil here?
Yeah.
So
I got a drink, man.
I got a drink.
I got a headache.
Yeah.
Look how icy cold that looks. So thirsty. It looks so cold. I'm so excited.
While here in Central, the biggest threat is the Alpine Fault, every region of Aotearoa has its own threats. Just this year, we've experienced firsthand the devastation that our changing climate will bring to our shores. First with the Auckland floods, and then with Cyclone Gabrielle.
It's 4 o'clock. All I've eaten since breakfast is some gooseberries, but we've just hit the jackpot and filled a massive bag full of raspberries. Got something for dinner tonight anyway. They taste so good. Walking through the wilderness today with no supplies, like, of course survival skills seem essential to me, but why do you think it's important that preparedness skills, mentality is something that people adopt some of at least?
Because life is hard, and I think that's one thing COVID probably shone a light on and taught us all, that, you know, look at the world we lived in, and for 2.5, 3 years, the world was shut down, we had scares, our constructs of normal life was challenged massively.
With food and water ticked off, and having covered 15 kilometres, our next priority became finding shelter for the night.
In your line of work, do you run into the sort of more fringe that we're seeing, particularly on online forums and stuff like that?
Yeah, we do, and I guess as a business we get to set the tone and educate people our thoughts and philosophies as well. And we do try and really stay clear of the forum tin hat prepper. It's just not a philosophy we sort of think is conducive for promoting a healthy style of preparedness in New Zealand.
Do you think that the association that people have with that kind of tinfoil hat prepper mentality is keeping people away from engaging in important or meaningful preparedness?
100%. I mean, it's got a bad stigma. I don't think aliens are coming. I don't think a lot of things with these forums are going to happen. But you know, we try and promote realistic scenarios, whether it be natural disasters, climate change. I mean, there's wars going on around the world. One could argue it's the perfect time to engage in this sort of activity and upskill.
I'm not feeling super excited about sleeping out, so I think the sandflies are a big part of that. They are so awful, and they swarm you, like thousands of them, just like thousands of tiny little pinpricks as they suck your blood. They are fucking monstrous. To be honest, I've never actually slept outside before, like in the full elements, so I'm not sure how that's gonna go.
It didn't go well. The night quickly became dangerously cold, and I couldn't sleep with how hard my body was shivering. Ben and I both had to climb into survival blankets to stave off hypothermia.
I reckon we got down to a good 5 degrees last night.
Thank God that we had this thermal.
That's why my pack's like that, for this sort of stuff.
I don't know. I think we would have been in real trouble without these. It's freezing and you're like, I want the sun to come up so bad, and then as soon as the sun comes up, the fucking little sandflies are back.
I think in this survival scenario, of all the challenges that we face, that seems like the most dangerous. So if we were making smart decisions about how to get through the scenario, the smart decision would be to avoid another night like that. Alright, I need to get warm.
Yeah, chuck some boots on, let's go to the toilet and just start moving.
Wet boots!
My boots on this morning.
I'm so sad. That night, that cold, that's the killer. That's the, in terms of survival challenges, like that's as hard of survival challenges I've ever had.
How would your headspace be if we did have to spend another night out here?
If we needed to do that again tonight, I don't know if I could or should.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd do some permanent mental and physical damage. It really did feel like a survival situation last night.
Your state of cold in terms of bordering hypothermia, if not the early stages of hypothermia, and just, yeah, the environment we're in, it was.
I think the hunger's finally hitting me. We're just coming on midday now, so this will be the fourth meal we've skipped.
Yeah.
We've walked like 20k. We shivered
24.
24. We shivered ourselves to sleep, if we slept at all. Yeah, so like this morning when I woke up, I just felt a bit nauseous, but now the hunger is really setting in, like it's real deep, you know. And I'm starting to feel like pretty weak. Here's a good example of being unprepared. I bought these walking pants, but I forgot to bring a belt, so I fashioned an audio cable as a belt. So I may not have been prepared, but I've learned a key survival skill of improvisation, so I'm pretty much Bear Grylls at this point. I can see the car park. I've never been so happy to see a car park.
Well, a couple of days. What's your experience? What are your takeaways from the last couple of days?
We've got to be better prepared for discomfort. There's going to be moments where we're going to experience discomfort, and if you're prepared, you get to lessen that discomfort, and if you practice these kinds of skills, experiences, then you're going to be better able to handle the discomfort that you do encounter. I could be uncomfortable with hunger, you know, and exertion and tiredness. Like, I could have hacked all of that for another couple of days easy, I reckon. But last night was the point on the trip where I truly felt like my survival was being endangered, and that really did shift my thinking, you know. Like, that was the point in which,
your decision making hones in less on subverting discomfort and on making decisions that are going to keep you safe.
Yes, we are protected in this modern society, and again, it's not every day we need to do this, but having a buffer, having some resilience and sort of adaptation towards challenge and discomfort, I think is such a important thing for us all to embrace.
Well, for one, I'm a bit done with being uncomfortable, so should we get some food?
Let's get some food. Let's get some food.
Let's do it,
Great
mate.
few days, mate.
If you want more Reinvestigates, check out my story on how Dunedin became the MDMA capital of Aotearoa.